Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Pastor Todd here. I'm coming to you today with a word of encouragement from the Lord. And I just hope you're having a wonderful morning. We've got cloudy skies today and it's supposed to rain most of the week, but oh well. That's just the way it is. Hurricane season is upon us. So today's devotion comes from Genesis. And, I was thinking as I was reading this morning, I was thinking, wow, God is so good. He loves his children so much. I remember thinking a long time ago that, and I still think it now, that, when I do things, when I've done things throughout my life, I would like to think that I've done them in the best interest of my children, with them in mind. Just doing whatever I did. I had the, you know, I had the children on in the back of my mind when I was doing it, for their betterment. And so I was reading this morning. I was thinking about our first couple. And no, I'm not talking about the president and his wife, but I'm thinking about our first couple in the garden. And God knew. He just knew that Adam needed a partner. He knew that Adam needed a helpmate, and he God knows that man needs a helpmate for sure. I look at this and I can see some humor because of some people that read it in the past. They injected some humor into it, and so I'm just gonna read this passage to you, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. It comes from Genesis 2, verses 18 through 25, and this is after God had finished creating the world and everything in it, and He had created a garden with all the trees and everything like that. And then God said, and He had also bring all the animals, and then Adam was giving them all names. And then the Lord placed the man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. But the Lord warned him, "You may freely eat of the fruit of every tree in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you eat of its fruit, you are sure to die." And I kind of wonder if Adam was really listening when he told him that. he probably let it go in one ear and out the other. Then the Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him." So the Lord formed from the ground all the wild animals and all the birds of the sky. He brought them to the man to see what he would call them, and the man chose a name for each one. He gave names to all the livestock, all the birds of the sky, and all the wild animals, but still there was no helper just right for him. So the Lord caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And this is kind of where that humor comes in a little bit. Nothing says that he ever brought him out of that deep sleep. Oh. While the man slept, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the opening. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he brought her to the man. At last the man exclaimed, "This is bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh. She will be called woman because she was taken from the man." This explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. Now the man and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. The first couple, the first two people, God brought them together, a man and a woman, and he knew exactly what Adam needed. He knew exactly what Eve needed, and he brought them together and united them. And this one is bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh, and she will be called woman. And then when they leave mom and dad and they go together and they get married and they join together as one, they become one unit. They become one unit in the Lord. And it's just so awesome. And that's, God intended the best for his creation. And that's what he did. He created a perfect world. He created a perfect garden. He created all these animals and all the things to populate the world. He created man. He created woman. And he brought them together and they multiplied. Of course, we know the downside to that too. We know that sin entered the world, and we know that humanity had a downfall. But God placed in this perfect garden his perfect creation of man and woman. He created them with all the perfect good intentions in mind. And I think about that going into in our daily situation. God always has our best interest in mind. He intends good for all of us. We may not see the big picture at the time, and there's a lot of people that can't see the big picture in this story, but God's intentions are always good, and he always has his children in mind when he's doing things. So keep that in mind today. You've got a loving Father who always has your best interest in mind when he's doing things. And believe me, he is doing things. So just keep that in mind today, and know that you're not alone. Know that you're not alone in your thoughts, and in your world. God is with you. He loves you. And we at New Heart Church of the Nazarene, we love you too, and we're praying for you. And give us a call or stop by sometime. We would just love to chat with you. We'd love to pray with you. And that's about it. So I hope you have a great day today. And we'll talk to you soon.